Hi guys, welcome back to the Main Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have an away game against Marine in the league. Um, they're currently sat in ninth place, but they're only 2 points behind us. We're sat in sixth at the minute, very close in that area of the table at the moment. We follow that up with a cup tie in the League Cup against Buxton at home. We finally managed to win a game. We've had another bit of a dismal run since the last episode where we lost to Marsk United after winning quite well against Bradford Park Avenue. We got battered 4-1 by Hyde, but it doesn't tell the full story of the game. When you look at the match stats, it was incredibly close, but this guy who was up front for them, Chris Giles, he just put us to the sword. He's actually on loan from Birmingham City, and every time he got a chance, he scored. It was a very frustrating day, and as you can see, we had more attempts at goal and everything, but we just couldn't get anything from it. But we then followed it up with a 5-0 win against Guys. And again, this was a really odd game. And it was 1-0 for the longest time. And then 92nd minute, 93rd minute, 94th minute, and 95th minute, we'd knocked goals in. I've never seen anything like it. But it was a game that we dominated. We played really well. And we finally, in the end, did get the goals to show for our dominance in that one. But after that, we just started to struggle again. A 3-0 defeat against Farsley, a 1-0 defeat away at Macclesfield. We managed to get back to a 2-2 draw against Curzon Ashton, and they went down to 10 men, but it still took us quite some time to get back into the game. We changed formation, went to a 4-2-3-1 at that point as well. We created so many chances, and again, we just couldn't convert them. And in the end, for the game against Buxton, I thought, you know what, we need to change things up a little bit. Defensively, we've been poor recently, so I thought we'd shore things up slightly. And it seemed to work. We didn't create quite as many chances, but we've gone with two defensive midfielders with that one playmaker type role in the middle. And defensively, it did seem to work out a little bit better for us, but going forward, we didn't create quite as much as we have been. But overall, it seemed to work out reasonably well. So going into these games, hopefully it will continue to work. Like I say, we've only had that one game with this setup, but hopefully it will continue to prove a little bit fruitful for us. So we've got McGee in goal with Matthew, Furtado, Adewoju and Bates at the back, Raymond and Payne and Gascoigne in the midfield three with Mamiego, Yusuf and Norton starting up front for us. It is a bit of a switch around with the players, but we'll just see how things go. I'm hopeful that following the previous game, yes, we're a little bit short in central midfield, but with having a genuine defensive midfielder and the ball-winning midfielder in there to protect that back four, we're also not pressing quite as high up the pitch as well. So I am hopeful that we'll be a little bit more solid defensively and we can do a little bit more on the break because we have got players with pace up there. And they have managed to knock in a few goals between them this season so far. With Marines sat in ninth place, obviously they're only 2 points behind us. A defeat for us would see them go ahead of us. So a number of teams can go ahead of us anyway, as you can see. With current scores going against us, we're dropping to eighth as Adewoju wins that header. And it comes off the crossbar and Jeffries managed to just about bundle it away. Lane with the tackle on Furtado in the penalty area. But fortunately, for them, nothing comes of it, and no penalty was given. So we look to press on a little bit. It's quite an even start to the game. Both sides creating a couple of opportunities. Possession and chances just slightly in our favour though, so hopefully we can convert one of those as we look to push on toward the end of this first half. But certainly positive signs defensively, in my opinion. Yes, we're conceding chances, but they might not be quite as well sought out as they would have been if we'd have kept with the high pressing system. Hey, Mamiego has been clattered there by Kamara. No foul given, and Kamara's just smashed it forward. And Parry picks it up, and he's just ran past Matthew. And Matthew's not putting a tackle in, and Parry scores. And Matthew's actually on a yellow card, and I'm wondering if that's why he didn't put a challenge in. I mean, that's very poor from our point of view defensively. And it sees us drop down to ninth place now. This is Benson into Walker. Looking over the top, Matthew controls it well and finds McGee, who lofts it forward. There's no support really for Darren Norton. Gascoigne can't get there. Raymond does well though, finds Gascoigne. Back into Raymond, looks over the top. Norton is there, and I don't know if he meant to knock it onto A. Mamiego or not, but neither of them decided to take the ball on with them, so the chance finished there. But Kai Payne picks it up in the central midfield, looks to switch the play. A. Mamiego on this left-hand side. Can he make the turn? He does well. Finds Gascoigne in the middle, and it's off the woodwork, and Marine get it away. And again, we're just not clinical enough at the moment. We're really starting to struggle going forward, and I think teams are just finding us out a little bit at the minute, and we need that better technical quality in the squad, in my opinion. Played it into Yusuf, no offside given. Well, it has now been given, in fact. And at half time, we found ourselves a goal down, but overall, the performance isn't too bad, but it is very even in relation to chances, and it's something that we certainly need to sort out. I think we're certainly going to have to make changes at some point. Jaden Matthew, especially at left back, has been shocking today, but we haven't got a fullback on the bench either. So I think going forward, we're definitely going to have to make a change. And at the hour mark, I think we are going to do that because it's certainly not working at the moment. Raymond is on a yellow card, so we're going to drop Gascoigne back a little bit, I think. And we're going to take Raymond off for Jack Williams, go a little bit more attack-minded there. We're going to get Darren Norton off as well for Scott McCarthy. Norton has been dreadful today, a 6.1 for him. And I think we're going to get Jack O'Connor on as well. Furtado's having a good game, but he is sat on that yellow card, and it's not something that I want to risk, really. Jaden Matthews just going to have to see the game out. And I think, to be honest, we're going to have to demand more as well. Marine not really creating too much as Matthew gets the throw. Jack Williams, that's a nice pass to Mamiego. Can he get the strike on target? It's a brilliant save again from Jeffries. And it's the story of our season in this bit of a losing run that we've had. The goalkeepers have been outstanding against us. And I think we're really suffering because of it at the moment. Here's Walker into Ryder. And they get it clear. So certainly not a good performance. I mean, Matthews having a poor game, Payne and Gascoigne all having poor games as well. And we need players to be at least improving their average ratings in order to be getting results. And it's just not happening. But Yusuf with space finds Scott McCarthy and it's blocked by the defender. And again, a bit of movement just goes against us. From the resulting corner, we do hope for an opportunity as Yusuf swings it in. Adewoju's the target. It's easily cleared. And there's no pressure at all on Ashton. Jack Williams does well to win it, but gives away a free kick. And unfortunately, I think it's going to lead to us losing this game. We've looked like we can equalise, but it's just not happening, is it? And we're certainly struggling to get any consistency in our game at the moment. 4 yellow cards today as well. And for the game to just end the way it has, after creating a number of chances, it isn't good enough. And again, as I mentioned before, we're lacking real quality in our technical play. And it's starting to show, unfortunately. We're doing very well still, it has to be said. But if we continue to lose as many games as we are, we're going to struggle come toward the end of the season. And I think we could still end up in a relegation battle, despite the phenomenal start that we had. We're only just over halfway in the season now. And certainly seem to be struggling to find any level of consistency. Obviously, I'm trying with different formations as well. It's just proving to be a little bit much for us at the moment. And the original system we were playing, we were getting caught out a little bit too much. So that's why I changed it to having the 2 defensive midfielders. But again, I really don't know how well we can cope going forward at the minute. We'll just have to play it by ear and see what we can do. But having that one man in the central midfield, it worked in the last game. But again, we could get caught out quite regularly with having that lack of numbers in the centre. I mean, we're 14 points clear of the bottom 4 at the minute. We're still far closer to the playoffs, but we really need to pick it up. If we keep losing games, we are going to struggle. And obviously that defeat to Marine, who I've got a game in hand over, as I might add, has seen us fall further down into the mid-table area now, and we certainly need different focuses here. We've got a few days to go until the League Cup tie against Buxton, so just bear with me, and hopefully we can get a better result in that one and continue our cup run. Okay then guys, here we go for this League Cup tie against Buxton. I've decided we're going to scrap all of the technical side of our game and we're going to just reset. We're going to go extremely simple with a Route 1 style 4-4-2. I've not done 4-4-2 for so long. And I suppose we'll just see how we get on. I've not done 4-4-2 for a long, long time, like I say. But with having two strikers up front, both of which are in form, Scott McCarthy, of course, with the pace, Iron Tour, as they advance forward with the potential to score plenty of goals, as we saw last season. We've got no-nonsense centre-backs, so if it comes towards them, they just boot it clear. So we'll just see how we get on. We've got McGee in goal, Matthew, Furtado, Adewoju and Bates at the back, Mamiego, Williams, Yusuf and Norton in the midfield with Tour and McCarthy up front. Norton's only a two-star silver rated winger because he's an attacking player, basically. We don't actually have normal wingers, so it's going to be a tough transition. Mamiego's capable on that left-hand side, but Norton is going to take some work. If he can score goals from that normal winger position, then he will soon improve at that level. But as you can see, our key players, McGee, Bates, and ball-winning midfielder, Yusuf. Who'd have thought it? Considering he can't tackle particularly well, hopefully he can do a good job for us in there. 4.5-star rated ball-winning midfield player. Certainly a bit of a strange one in my book, but he is a very key midfield player for us, so hopefully we can sort out. So here we go, getting ready for this cup tie against Buxton. Fingers crossed, like I say, we can sort out and get going into the quarter final. So again, it's the first time I've done 4-4-2. I don't know what to expect from it, but we just need to. I think if we keep the game a little bit more simple, I think the quality that we do have just might shine through that little bit more. It won't happen overnight, I know that, but we need to really start picking up, even if it's scrappy results. If we can pick up anything, it will do as well. And if we can get a result against Buxton today, again, it'll give us a bit of confidence. We beat them in the league. They are actually above us in a playoff place at the moment. So we're in a position where a win here would certainly be a confidence boost. Ollie here with a free kick, though, for Buxton. He swings it in. It's a good save, that from McGee. Very good goalkeeping there. And from the resulting corner, Longstaff to take. Looks to swing it into the penalty area. Again, good clearance this time from Norton. And now Barrett swings it in. George couldn't get there. Furtado heading clear. Kelly swings it back in. Clear by Mamiego this time. Certainly showing a bit of defensive resolve there. Clearing 4 attempts of play into our penalty area. And so far, in terms of chance creation as well, we've not done too bad. We've gone with a positive mentality still. Because I think we're capable going forward. We could have had a balanced mentality, but or even cautious is what's being recommended. But I think we don't want to invite too much pressure onto us, really. And it's something that I have been toying with the idea of dropping back from positive and just keeping a balanced mentality just to see if we can maintain a bit. But we might try that in the second half, depending if we can just see this first half out. And it's a good effort again from a set piece from Buxton off the woodwork, and we managed to get it clear. And it remains 0-0, but so far all the highlights for the opposition, which is a bit of a concern despite the chances that we've been creating. Again, good clearance from Furtado and a free kick right at the end of this first half. Should be far enough out that McGee should be reasonably comfortable. Ollie's strike, and it's clipped the outside of the post, I think, there. McGee did get across the cover, but he may have been beaten even so. But overall, Buxton really came good toward the end of that first half. We haven't seen any out-and-out opportunities for us, though, have we? And it's not looking ideal at the moment. I think we're gonna drop back to a balanced mentality. We'll give it a go in this second half, and I'll tell the lads that the shooting hasn't been good enough. Again, just playing around with a couple of little mental side of parts of the game. It's just going to be a case of work out what suits us. The Gegenpress has suited us for quite some time because we've had the necessary quality, but as you can see, we don't necessarily have that at this level at the moment, and we find ourselves a goal down straight away after dropping back down to that balanced mentality, and we're going to have to go back to positive again. And I think we're going to have to demand more from the side because we haven't even looked like scoring. We've got some. Honestly, I think we've got good attacking threats in the squad, but it's just not happening for us at all here. Hey, Mamiego, good switch of play. Scanlon comfortably clears though. Jack Williams picks it up. Looks over the top. Norton finds Scott McCarthy in the centre. I think he's offside though. The referee's got his flag up, and unfortunately, it is disallowed. It was a good effort from Norton with the assist though, but Scott McCarthy just went forward that little bit too soon. And now Longstaff in the central midfield. Good tackle by Jack Williams, and now Iron Tor picks it up. Finds A. Mamiego. Now Jack Williams looks over the top. Scott McCarthy looking to get onto it. Good strike, and it's smashed off the crossbar. And Barrett clears, but only as far as A. Mamiego. Can he get a cross in now? Yes, he can, but it's behind both Tor and McCarthy. And Furtado's brought down Eden George, the opposition striker. And from the resulting free kick, they knock it forward, but Bates is first there to pick it up. But he finds Darren Norton now out on wide right duties once again, and he just loses out to Scanlon, but he keeps hold of the ball quite well. This is Jack Williams. Great pass. McCarthy fires it into the top corner. It's a brilliant finish from him. We've worked hard today, to be quite honest, but it's just not quite been there for us. But this second half, we do seem to be working a little bit better. Norton did quite well. And Jack Williams in loads of space in the middle there, but it's a lovely pass from him into McCarthy. And we have our equaliser. Certainly gives us something to build on. But from that response, I think the positive mentality is definitely going to be the way to go here. But as you can see, chance creation slightly against us here. That is not ideal. Mamiego's picking up an injury, and we have no other player that can play at left midfield in the whole squad. Right then. Oh, dearie me, what to do now? We're going to have to change the tactic, which is quite annoying because, like I say, we haven't got that capability of rotation in there either. So if we do that and that, then Norton. I'm a bit concerned that both of our strikers are on yellow cards as well, but Norton's going to be the man that's going to have to come off here, I think. Going to get Gascoigne and Raymond on. And we'll push Jack Williams up into that attacking midfield role. Furtado's struggling as well, so he can come off for O'Connor. And I think we're going to have to leave it at that. I mean, Yusuf and Williams both struggling for fitness today as well. It is not ideal that we've had to make the changes that we've had to make there. But an injury has unfortunately forced our hand. We haven't got the cover out wide, unfortunately, with this formation, but we will have to have a look into it in the transfer window. And John there with an effort off the crossbar for Buxton. We're just going to drop a bit of encouragement to the boys. Just say, look, we're still in this. We can get through this cup tie. Buxton have been the better team, but we are holding on here and we are capable of scoring goals. We know that. So George with a header, it's not worked out too well for them, and Bates clears well. McCarthy couldn't get onto it. Yusuf can't win the challenge. And now Scanlon pushing forward. Good tackle by Bates, but again, Scanlon's managed to get past him, and the delivery wasn't a bad one, but O'Connor did really well with the header, and Gascoigne into Iron Tor has been forced out wide left here. Obviously, we've got no one out wide now, apart from our wing back. So a lot of focus is through the middle right now. This is Longstaff again, holding on to it. Ollie into Barrett, looks over the top, and they could be in behind here with John. Can we get a block on it? No, we can't. A middle mass last minute, and they have got the winner here. We've had to change the formation again, though, which wasn't ideal. And we are heading out of the League Cup. Our form continues to be quite poor. Positive signs from the 4-4-2, though, I think. But in having a target forward, we need a big guy up front. And I think that is something that is definitely going to have to be a target as well as getting wingers in. So, not the greatest result, obviously, but we have to reevaluate. Obviously, I think the 4-4-2 is going to have to be the way that we go now. Is um, we need to take it back to simplicities. The Gegenpress just completely crashed for us. So we've not got the capability and technicality quality for that. And obviously with no training facilities to speak of, no youth facilities to speak of, the board want me to rely on bringing through youth players. We can't do that. We haven't got the necessary quality. So we're going to have to really work hard in the transfer market. And Amiego is out for 3 weeks now. So a big miss there. And unfortunately, Ben Middlemass doing the damage. He's a very good quality winger, isn't he? I mean, he'd be a 5-star quality player for us. Whereas for Buxton, he's probably a rotation player. But that's the kind of quality that we lack at this level. And every team has got that quality. To be where we're at the moment, we're doing extremely well. But we have to really start picking up wins again. The fact that we've had, I mean, we had a spell further up there after a great start to the season. We had one league win in 6, I think it is, maybe 7 even. And then you go back down here, and again, one league win in 6. And even surrounding that league win against Buxton, it's again one win in 5. So we're very much struggling to get any kind of consistency in form. We are going to reset with this formation, though. It's the only way we can do it at the moment, I think. And hopefully we can get back to winning ways at some point. But we're going to get through. I think, to be honest, we'll jump through January and we've got another derby day. So FC United and Guiseley are the 2 games that I think we're going to come back for. We'll get through January, like I say, and hopefully we'll have some new signings to strengthen the side, but we'll have to wait and see. And like I say, hopefully we can get a few wins under our belts and try to avoid dropping down the league table much further than we already are. And obviously, with the lack of cup competition now, the league is our only focus. So hopefully that will help our cause. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.